Greetings, it is I, Rifle Gaming here. I'm just playing. What's going on, everyone? It's your Rifle. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a cheese. And I'm not talking about the cheese you want to slap on a sandwich. This cheese is for an undeserved victory or a cheap strategy. Yeah, that's right. I said cheap. But if the cheese is available, why not use it to your advantage? I normally like to do this legit, but there is a way to get past this part very easily. All you have to do is one person's going to go activate the spawn for the enemies. Then after that person activates the spawn, they want to come over to this spot where we're going to be jumping up to the top of this fortress. Up here is how we're going to despawn the enemies, so we'll be able to cheese this area. The spawn, which is located in the center of the two totem annihilators. Now, as we know, those totem annihilators can be quite annoying, and when doing this cheese, you have no reason to touch them whatsoever, because that could potentially mess up this cheese. Also, you are able to form the bridge just by getting on and off this center spawn. But doing this way, it is kind of risky just because that center platform activates the totem annihilators. And those annihilators can wipe out the whole squad. So the person forming the bridge should be careful. And when you get that bridge about halfway across, someone can finish the sword bearer and then take the sword and hurry up and run across that bridge and jump over. That's one little cheese to do, but it can be quite tricky doing it. Either way, if you choose to do that cheese or the cheese I am about to show you, you will not have to touch the totem annihilators at all. But anyways, your squad wants to get to the top of this fortress. The ones that they don't think they can get up here at all, and they don't even want to try it or attempt it, just tell them to wipe. That's your best bet. And the other people are going to be taking this route to get on top of this fortress. And the way you're going to have to do that is, as you can see, we're going to be having to jump on these rocks. Now, some people think it is not possible to do this cheese with a hunter, just because we can't get to the very, very top. And you'll see what I'm talking about when we get up there. But yeah, just kind of follow the path I'm taking on these rocks. It can be a little tricky at this point. Your best bet is to try not to hit the wall to the side of these rocks when jumping over to these rocks. I know that sounds a little confusing, but if you're looking at the video, it should make more sense. Speaking of these rocks, since the Titan can jump like Air Jordan, the Titan doesn't even have to go to those set of rocks. The Titan can just jump right up there. So the Titan has a little bit of a shortcut when doing this cheese. But yeah, just follow the path that I'm taking on these rocks, and you should make your way up top. You do not have to jump to the very top of this rock either to make it up to this fortress platform. You can kind of just chill right below the peak of the rock and still make it up to the fortress. But I did anyways, but as you guys can see, you don't have to take that route. But anyways, once you get up here, you want to make your way up to the second platform, which is higher up than the platform we're already at. And it's not the easiest thing to get onto with a hunter, but you can get up here with a hunter. And you can make the enemies despawn with a hunter. You don't have to necessarily get all the way up top. All you have to do is keep jumping. And if you have another hunter up here, well then make sure you stay in sync with that hunter's jump as well. Just keep jumping up toward the top of this place. Warlocks and Titans should be able to get to the top fairly easy. But anyways, once the enemies have finally despawned, the person that's going to be using the sword can now jump down there to get the sword. We're going to be taking out the sword bearer now. Everyone that's on top, try to focus fire on the sword bearer, and then once the sword bearer is down, the sword guy will pick up the sword and make his way over. Now this is when it's also going to get a little tricky, and you're going to want to pay close attention to what to do here. Once you get the sword bearer down, you can take the left path. You can go over here from this platform and jump over, but you're going to have to get into the center of that fiery bridge. The reason why the flames are there is because Bungie recently added them in a patch to try to get rid of this old cheese that used to be here. But unfortunately, it did not work and we're still able to cheese. So that's some good news for some of us. When you have the sword, or whoever has the sword, you're going to have to try to aim toward the center of the fiery bridge outline. That is the only way you will not actually just randomly die, because there is a barrier there that will kill you. But if you are in the path of that bridge, you'll be able to pass that death barrier. Now typically it is easier to do this with a Warlock or a Titan just because of the height of their jump. But you are able to still do this with the Hunter, it's still just as easy. You just gotta find some height advantages before you jump. Also, you can get to the left side rocks, or you can go to the right side rocks that stay alive. But always remember, you have to go to the center of that fiery outline bridge first. You can't just automatically just start heading over to those rocks, or you will die from a death barrier. And also, if you decide to go toward the right side rocks, you're still going to have to be on flat ground on the other side. Just because the totem annihilators will activate if you're just hanging out at the rocks. The best suggested spot is right behind this pillar right here. Now once the sword guy finally gets over, all that person is going to have to do is just try to be safe. That's it. You just gotta try to live over there. And you can trick the gatekeeper to fall off as well. If you kind of lead him toward this pillar, he'll just run off the ledge. But be careful when you are doing this, because the gatekeeper can get you behind the pillar. You're not completely safe. But anyways, back to the people on top of the fortress. Their job is to take out the knights and the ogres. Pretty much just take out the enemies over there from the fortress, while the person that made it over is just chillaxing. Once the 2 ogres spawn, after you killed enough enemies, congratulations! You just did the cheese. Now all you have to do is just kill the ogres. Keep in mind though, if your partner over there dies still, you can still end up failing. But if you're quick enough to kill the ogres after your buddy dies, you'll still end up passing, if that makes sense. Basically, you have a certain time limit after your partner dies over there. But hopefully you don't have to worry about that. But yeah guys, that's wrapping up this cheese. Hopefully this video is enjoyable, and hopefully it helps you save some time in some way. Because a lot of other people are using these cheeses, so why not just use it and take it to your advantage? I understand if you like playing the game legit just because your rewards feel more valuable, but hey, some people have issues with this part, and I don't blame you at all to taking a cheese to your advantage. I don't look down on you, don't worry. I won't shun you. As always, if the video was enjoyable, please remember to leave a like. It is much appreciated by me, and it helps the video out a lot with rating. But anyways guys, I'm out of here. Thank you all for your time. Peace. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over the hard Crota's Inn raid. And a lot of us know that this raid can take some time to beat, especially finding a good squad to be able to get through this. Well, in this video, I'm going to be covering a certain strategy to make this fight a lot more easy.